Hello, welcome to Shad Life. I have a new little gadget here. Need my coffee first. Let's check this gadget out. All right, beam me up, Scotty. Oh wait, that's not what it's for. This is the Airmoto. I guess I don't know how to really pronounce that, but this is a portable air compressor and super handy. I just got it. Um, I did a bunch of research. There's tons of these online, especially on Amazon, and they're just, a lot of them look pretty crappy. I was looking at the reviews. I actually went and watched some YouTube reviews of this, and so on and so forth. I think it's really important to just not buy junk because it just ends up lasting you a few times and then you end up throwing it away. And we don't want to do that. So I think this one is pretty good from what I understand. It's a little bigger than a lot of them, but it'll fit right in my pack. I wear a hydration pack and it should fit right in there. So, yeah, I'm super excited about this thing, especially for fat biking. So I let the air out to probably what I would run the air when I'm riding in the snow, like on single track, and the snow's a little soft. And, I want the soft tires to mold and get traction and things like that. Where it becomes a problem is if I decide to commute to the trail or something like that, then what kind of sucks is I'll put firm pressure in, then I'll get to the trail, then I'll let the pressure out, do my ride, and then I gotta ride back home, right? A lot of times I drive to the trailhead, but sometimes I like to commute, and in those instances, it sure would be nice to quickly fill up the tire back to a higher pressure so it's not such a bear to ride on paved trails or whatever to get back home. So being able to quickly adjust your air pressure is super handy. That if I was to somehow get a leak in the sealant, filled the leak, but I lost a bunch of air, and this would be for regular mountain biking too. It would be super handy to just pop this thing on, get your pressure back up, and go. And it doesn't weigh that much. It's maybe a little over a pound. I have this scale here, but I don't think that's going to really weigh this properly. I need one of those flat scales. I plan to purchase one at some point so I can weigh each individual small part. Because right now I can weigh bikes or bigger things with this, but I just don't have a small scale like that. So I'm going to go ahead and inflate this, and we're going to time it and see how long it takes. We'll see what the pressure is to start, and then how long it takes to get this up to, let's just say 12 psi. So, and I'll show you how this device works. Okay, so I have the tire here. I got to undo the little press the valve dealie. I don't even know what this is called. This little valve screw that holds the valve so it doesn't leak. And then this actually comes with an adapter, and I just have attached it here so I always have it with me. So I'll take the adapter, press the Schrader adapter, and thread that on. And then this works for Schrader, and they claim this can fill car tires too. But so we'll go ahead and turn this thing on. You press and hold, and then it comes on. It's already set up for bicycle. You can set it up for different things, I believe cars and whatnot. And then you can adjust what you want your pressure to be set at here. But I want to go to 12 psi. We'll go ahead and thread this on. And then I'm going to grab my phone out of my pocket here. We'll set the timer. Oh yeah, no thanks, not right now. All right, clear. How do I clear that? Okay, so it's set in stopwatch mode. I'm gonna go ahead and push this, and then we'll start the timer on my phone, and we'll see how long it takes to get up to 12 psi. I don't know what the starting psi is, but it'll probably show up in that display as soon as I push this button. Still shows 0, which is kind of odd. Oh, here we go. So 2 psi, basically starting. That's about when it probably starts to detect psi. So I feel like 2 psi might have been a little lower than I would normally have it for riding in the snow. So yeah, what are we at? Oh, a little over 30 seconds. It's not super loud. I mean, I am in the basement here, so it's probably a little annoying, but like outside, this wouldn't be too bad. I've heard louder air compressors. This little green indicator light is the battery level. Green is fully charged or higher charged, and then it goes to yellow when it gets lower, and then it goes to red when it's really low. So we're 6.5. I mean, this is much better than having a little hand pump and trying to pump the tire up, especially for a fat bike tire, which takes a lot of air volume and would take a long time to fill up with a hand pump, especially if you're out in the snow and it's cold and you got to take your gloves off, right? So we're at 8.5. This is probably the most I ever really run it. Like, even if I'm commuting, 8 to 10 psi is the most I would go, but I'm going to go to 12 just for the sake of doing it. So really, under 2 minutes, I would be up to the pressure I want. You keep going. I'm just doing this real time. None of this speed up the camera business. There it goes. So 203 or something like that it was at. Well, I had to reach up and top. So let's just say 205. So roughly 2 minutes to go from under 2 psi to 12 psi. So a little over 10 psi. That's pretty impressive. And then what's also cool, set my phone aside here, is if you wanted to dial in your pressure, there's a little button over here, and I can press that if I get my finger on it, and I can get the pressure. Let's just say I did want it down to 8 psi, right? I could dial it in to where exactly where I want it. Okay, 9.5. Oh, come on. So finicky. Still 8.5. I'm afraid to hold it too long and go below 8. There we go, 8 psi. So, yeah, this would be pretty much what I would normally run, like on the street commuting. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I want to press and hold this to turn it off. There we go. And then we can unthread this. Try not to touch my rotor with my fingers, because that's always a bad idea. Get oils on your rotor, then your brakes stop working good. So I take this off, then I take the adapter off. Remember to tighten this valve. You always want to remember to do that. Lock it down so the air doesn't seep out. Right? Then I'll put the adapter back on here, which is my preference. You don't have to, but I just prefer to have it with me. And then put this hose back in. Pops in there, and this goes in my pack on my rides with me. Piece of cake. So that was from a new charge. So fully charged, it had no problem, stayed green. I have used this a couple of times, and I noticed that 3 charges, three inflations, it showed yellow, but then when I turned it off, it went back to green. So I have a feeling you could do what I just did, probably 6, 7, 8 times, right? And that's quite a few between charges. And this is a high volume tire, so imagine like a regular mountain bike tire, you would definitely go higher PSI, but you're dealing with less volume. And if you're only changing your PSI, like on my mountain bike tires, I might only change it, 2 to 4 PSI. Usually I don't change it that much between rides or depending on the terrain I'm riding and stuff. So I'm really liking this so far. We'll continue to use it. I'll let you know. I'll do a long-term review, let you know how long it lasts. Kind of back to what I said at the beginning of the video, where you don't want to buy junk. You want good quality products that are going to last a long time. It's your hard-earned money. Don't want this to just immediately end up in the landfill, stuff like that. So that's why I don't like some of these people. They do these AliExpress and Amazon cheapest whatever, and it seems like everybody's trying to go as cheap as they can with products, and I'm not a fan of that because it just creates more garbage. And I get that people want to save money and stuff, but when it comes to bike things, I'm a big fan of just spending the money and getting the legit real product that's gonna last. So we'll see if this is one of those. I'm definitely that way with most of the tools I buy. I generally will buy Park tools or some other brand that I know is good quality. And I know you can go out there and get a bunch of cheap tools, but they don't last. They strip out, they bend, and then you end up throwing them away. So so there you have it. Pretty stoked on this thing. I'm gonna have this on my rides with me from now on. Appreciate your support for my channel. Please like and subscribe. Peace.